Good night, Miss E. I want presentation, cross and multicultural communication about family trees. I'm Raisha Puteri Kamila from Esa Unggul Kebun University. And next slide. Okay, I will explain definition of family, father's family trees, and mother's family trees. About family. Family, a group of persons united by the ties of marriage, blood, or adoption, constituting a single household and interacting with each other in their respective social position, usually those of spouses, parents, children, and siblings. Okay, I will explanation about definition of family. No wonder if the family is called the best super system where between family members will give each other good and full support in all conditions, although in a small scope, the relationship that are built between family members are closer. This is because the family is a group of people who are born by blood relations. Talk about related to blood relations, there are many different cultures for each family, such as the pedigree of every family. Okay, next slide. Father's family trees. In fact, my father families all come from Palembang. My father's family tree is from South Sumatra. Yes, Palembang. Starting from my grandmother and grandfather, the great grandmother of my father's family from South Sumatra, and then mother's family trees. My mother's family all come from Jakarta. Two are values that exist and develop in society. Cultural values are layers that at least materialize in a wide and very influential space to be used as a guide or a reference to a specific group of people. Values are realized in the form of norms as a reference humans act. Values also function as motivators, and humans are value advocates because humans act it was a value he's believing in. In the patterns of South Sumatra, cultural values such as marriage custom or marriage of Palembang people. The traditional marriage of the Palembang people is an official behavior carried out since the time of Palembang Sultanate, namely to regulate the custom and norms of social life in Palembang, example of cultural values in traditional Palembang weddings like different shopping, money, for example. If the event is held at the girl's place, then the man help for the purpose of the wedding. However, if the event is held at male, then the costs are fully borne by the male side. After the bride and groom is done, after the marriage ceremony, men and women are paraded together. Then there is a sip turmeric rice, and this is done by cruising the mother of the bride of to feed the groom and vice versa. But different in Betawi traditional marriage include religious values, symbolist values, philosophical values, social values and cultural values. These values are contained in a series of Betawi traditional marriage ceremonies. Even that are carried out before marriage are like proposals applying in Betawi society is considered something very important. Therefore, it must go through several stages, namely a ngelancong stage. and the application stage. Meanwhile, that is what is done in the marriage contract consists of a marriage, offering a marriage contract, evening deliberation, taking 2 days, and a party, the groom's house. At the time of the marriage contract, the prospective bride is given prior ceremony as and sign that the groom's parents accept their child choices. And at the time of carrying of the marriage contract, the besom from the groom's side brings offering in which there is called roti buaya, which is a feature of traditional of Betawi marriage and giving grass chicken at night. Okay, next slide. Family and environmental diversity. And nonverbal communication is the process on conveying meaning or purpose without using words, but both written and spoken. Any communication made between two or more people through use of facial expression, hand gesture, body language, posture, or gesture body is referred to as nonverbal communication. Okay, in Palembang, verbal communication is usually high-pitched. Yeah, when speaking, most people think that Palembang people are often angry because of their high-pitched voice. But I think, however, that's how that spoke. Not angry, but fine. And nonverbal communication in Palembang, the expression I think of angry in Palembang is usually described with unpleasant words. Sorry, like mata kau, pala kau, like that. And when angry, the part of the body, I think organs in the body, which is the level of intelligence, namely the brain, it is used in after every we call like kate otak, like that. But in Jakarta, many consider the language in Jakarta is rude because in terms of unspoken or spoken conversation, not a lot of pleasantries and also environmental influences that affect daily communication. Okay, for example, in nonverbal communication, when speaking, usually in Jakarta, people change the vocabulary like aku kamu change to lo gue. Um, for example, lo di mana? Gue di sini nih. Lo apa kabar? Oh, gue baik. Like that. Many things if it's rude. In fact, it is indeed our everyday language in Jakarta, right? But however, it's different when talking to parents, teacher, and also older people. Maybe we don't use lo gue when talking. Okay, next slide. Barriers to intercultural communication. Communication barrier is everything that stands in the way of intertwining effective communication. In this case, we should not assume that others will act in the same way or adopt the same values or beliefs or using the same language symbol. In addition, we should also avoid making judgments without knowing or understanding what is going on. For example, when someone acts differently, we should not rush to conclude that the way the person is doing is wrong or not right. Usually, this kind of assumption or judgment arises as a result of the development or ethnocentrism and stereotypes within use, which often become barriers to cross-cultural communication. And the last slide is conclusion. In a family, we can find a lot of diversity created by the people in it, be it cultural diversity, race, and language. But I think even though in this day and age our cultures is different from the culture of our parents, we still have to respect and appreciate it because after all every human being has different thoughts and times. So there are many families who have different cultures or backgrounds, right? This number of differences does not mean that the family is not harmonious or anything like that, but rather a beauty and uniqueness that makes the family more colorful. Okay, I think that's my presentation for cross and multicultural about family stories. Sorry if there are any mistake. Thank you, Missy. Good night. Bye bye.